Welcome back to the 12 Days of Wolfmas. Last year, 7 lucky subscribers were flown out to Texas to battle me on a poker live stream with over $8,500 in winnings. This year, we're going even bigger. The legend Randy 3coin just gave you all a $5,000 head start to pump up the pot. Every dollar of profit I make over these next 12 days gets stacked on top of that $5,000, and on Christmas Day, that cash becomes your buy-in. We're flying 7 winners out to Champions Club in Houston, Texas, and throwing you onto one of the best live streams in poker to battle it out against me. To enter, just like, comment, and subscribe on all 12 videos. That's it. If you want to up your chances though, 2 of the 7 winners will be picked exclusively from people who have purchased items from my merch store. Go to shopwolfgang.com to check out my latest drop, and an additional 2 people who have signed up for free on Club WPT Gold using code Wolfgang will be chosen as well. Now, let's build this pot. Day 1 starts at my old stomping grounds, Agua Caliente, 2-5, no limit hold'em, ho ho ho. I'm in for $1,000 to start, and in the very first hand, I look down at the snowman from the cutoff. I make it $30 to go over a $10 straddle, and my buddy Marcelo, you might recognize him from past videos, he lives down here in the desert, puts in the call, as well as my buddy Nick. We are going 3 ways to the flop here with pocket 8, which comes King 7 deuce all clubs. I bet out for $10 and only Marcelo puts in the call. The turn comes the 6 of clubs, giving me the 8 high flush, and now Marcelo leads for $25. I don't love this spot, but I don't hate it. When he leads out here, he's gonna have some better flushes, but he also could have some 2 pairs and some straights, and I'm not folding a flush just yet. I put in the call, and off to the river we go heads up, which comes the ace of diamonds. Marcelo laughs and checks his cards one more time and fires out now for $50. Once again, don't love this spot, but I also don't hate it. I pick up 2 green chips, telling him that I'm probably gonna fold unless he can show me something that I will like. Well, he lets me choose a card, and I choose the Queen of Clubs, so that kind of makes my decision pretty easy. I end up folding and concede this $212 pot in the process. But in the next hand, we have the Queen of Clubs in our hand from the button. This time we look down at a suited Queen 4 of Clubs. The $10 straddle is out there. I make it $30 to go. We pick up a cold caller, and the straddler defends. He doesn't want to see those chips go to waste, puts in an additional $20, and we're off to a flop 3 ways in position, which comes pretty great, I might say. King, Queen 9 with 2 clubs. I flop myself middle pair and the front door flush draw. When the action checks over to me, I fire out for $45. I just want to milk this pot. I want to build it up here, make a flush on the turn or river, and then get stacks in the middle. Well, we have 1 customer. He puts in the call, and we're off to the turn, which comes the 3 of spades. When he checks it over to me, I haven't made my flush just yet. It's possible he's trapping with a straight here, maybe 2 pair, or a hand like King 10 or King Jack. So I'm gonna check behind here and drill the river when it comes the 10 of clubs. Bang! It's gonna be a Merry Christmas. Let's get some more chips in the middle. My opponent has the same thought and casually tosses out 3 green chips over to me now, and I'm not gonna let you guys down. Of course, I have to put in the raise here with the second nuts, the Queen high flush. I make it $190 to go. I'm just trying to milk him. I don't want to go too large, but then he says he wants to play for everything in front of him. That is music to my ears. $425. I snap call him. He turns over ace jack offsuit, so kind of a cooler river card there. In fact, it was the gin card there that gave him the ace high Broadway straight, but it gave me the flush, and this $1,030 pot is coming over my way. I'm gonna chop it up with 7 of you lucky winners.
I raised small to get called, not to get shoved on.
If you guys thought that action is crazy and wondering where you can find players like that, well, this is a great time to remind you that 2 of the Wolfmas winners will be selected from people who are playing on Club WPT Gold using code Wolfgang. It's free to make an account, and by using my name when signing up, it gets you a bunch of extra perks. In the past, I've given away opportunities to win $1 million or more, and you'll get an additional 20 chips with your first purchase, which are redeemable for cash at 1-to-1 with the US dollar, so definitely don't miss out on on that. Every single day I run a 55 Cinco de Mayo tournament with a 20K prize pool, and if you final table it, I load your account with an additional 555 chips. There's more information in the description box below. In this next hand, the $10 straddle is out there, and there's a limp on my right. I make it $40 to go with pocket sixes. We see a cold call for $40, the straddler folds, and the limper calls. So we're going three ways to a flop here in position, which comes 8-5-4 all hearts. Not only do we have a pair of sixes, we have a gut shot to a straight flush, but I still just have second pair on a pretty connected board, so I decide to check behind, bringing in a board pairing 4 of diamonds. The player in the small blind leads out for $75. The cutoff folds, and I'm not gonna fold a gut shot to a straight flush. That would make an incredible title for this video, but I'd probably win a lot of chips for you guys, so I put in the call, and the river gives us a flush coming the queen of hearts. Now my opponent slows down and checks. I debate going for some very thin value, but I don't want to value own myself, and he turns over pocket jacks with a heart. Interesting decision from him to not value bet the river, but I save some additional chips there because of it, and we are losing the minimum in my opinion. All right, king 8 of clubs now from the big blind. I'm up $200 on the session, but I have my eyes and my appetite set for more. There's a straddle for $10, and there's a raise by Nick to $30. He takes a swig of a beer, and that's all I needed to see. It's like that Michael Jordan documentary on Netflix.
That's all I needed. That's all I needed for him to do that, and it became personal with me.
That's all I needed to hear. We are going to put in a raise here and try to target our buddy who is clearly enjoying that beverage, maybe a little bit too much. I make it 145 to go, and Nick puts in the call. Okay, well, we're taking it to the streets. Ace King 7 is the board we're gonna battle on. There's $300 in the middle, and I go for a C-bet, and before I even get the chips in the middle, he snap folds, so I casually toss in one red chip, just kind of trolling him and the dealer Zach a little bit. We're taking down that $302 pot with second pair. With $1,400 in my stack, I end up winning a $20 bomb pot where I bluff catch for $175 on the river with bottom straight on a paired and flush board. He later said that he had queen 5, so he just went for it there as a bluff or maybe for value. Who knows, but we're taking down an $800 pot, and I will be glad to add that into my stack because now I have $1,800. Yes, I'm up $800 early on day 1 of the 12 days of Wolfmas, which means when the $10 straddle's on and there's a raise and 2 callers over to me, and I look down at a super premium being Ace King offsuit from the big blind, you know I'm gonna put in that squeeze to 200 bones. Only the player on my right puts in the call, kind of a weak line. He just calls the $30 and then he calls my $200 raise. He's never gonna have aces, kings, queens, jacks, or maybe even 10s here. Ace King suited should be out of his range as well. So if I see a good flop here, I can definitely take this one down. The flop comes 7-4-3, which is pretty dry. Sure, he might have some 5-6 suiteds and some pocket 7s, but I still think I have some range advantage with all of the overpairs. So when he checks over to me, I bet out for $125. I don't love it because now he puts in the call and the turn pairs the top card, coming the 7 of hearts. I'm debating whether I'm going to continue this bluff, trying to get him to fold a hand like pocket 5s, pocket deuces, etc. But he takes that out of my wheelhouse when he fires out for $175. I'm left with my hand caught in the cookie jar. I can't really do too much here unless I just want to call him down with Ace King high, putting him on a maybe a straight draw or a flush draw. Seems a little bit ambitious. I fold my cards and he immediately windmills to the table that he had 10-5 of hearts. Called the $30, which is fine, I guess, and then he called my $200 raise with 10-5 of hearts. The action here at Agua Caliente is insane. Just goes for the bluff on the turn, knowing I have to fold ace high, and he's taking down a nearly $900 pot in the process. Don't worry, I'll get it back for you guys. I'm not gonna let that go unpunished. There's a raise to $20 and 2 calls over to me. I'm in the big blind with 8-4 of hearts, and I put in the call as well. 8-4 of hearts, you know, if you're looking at 2 shitty cards on the screen right now, I'm probably gonna drill the flop. And that's exactly what happens. 8-5-4 with 2 diamonds. I make top and bottom bottom pair, and I bet out for Cinco de Mayo here, $55 is the wager. We're gonna get one customer, that's the guy on my right who bluffed me in that last pot. I told you guys I would get revenge. The turn comes the king of clubs, he checks over to me. I bet out for 175 now. Remember, his last bet was 175 that I folded to, so a little bit of a troll here. I fire out for 175, trying to get some value versus some straight draws, some flush draws, and maybe a pair of eights. 175 is just too much money though. He folds his cards. I have two pair. That earns me $365. I windmill the cards over to show the table. I have that in my wheelhouse. And that was the last hand of day one of the 12 days of Wolfmas. Marsh and myself head over to the cage, exchanging our chips for some cold hard cash. I got in for $1,000, ended up cashing out for $1,646, so a profit of $646 on the session. Don't forget, Randy put $5,000 in the pot already, so we're up to $5,600. In order to be eligible to win this money on Christmas Day, you have to be subscribed to the channel, like this video, and comment down below. 2 winners will be chosen from people who have purchased something on shopwolfgang.com, and an additional 2 winners will come from someone who's used code Wolfgang on Club WPT Gold. Good luck on the felt, you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Yes, it's a quick turnaround. You get videos 12 days in a row. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.